Greetings, I'm Zimbwala, and I love sharing my stories with you. During this time of this year of 2020, there's something that I've always loved to do, listening to uh, astrology and looking at numerology and listening to mystics and teachers of the teachings that help us to live through difficult times. So I've been listening to different videos and channeling and channelers. I find it very interesting and uplifting and helpful. So I was listening to this one channeler, and he asked this question, which was, can you hear your mama singing? And I thought, wow. My mother shared with me that she wanted to be a singer. And when she was younger, she was, and at home, she would stand in front of the mirror and she would practice singing, practice and practice and practice. And because she really did want to be a singer. And I always found that interesting because there was only really one song that I can remember my mother loving. Like, she would sing this song, she would sit down at the piano, and she would play the piano and sing this song. And at this time, I thought I'd never forget this song, but I have. And I find it interesting because in many ways, I didn't think of my mother as a singer. It was just this one song that she would sit down and sing. And it was a love song, and it was about loving. When I went to my first sweat lodge, and at that time, I was living on what is known as women's land. So this was in Oregon, and this was a place that was only for women to be there. And it made for safety, and it made for a certain kind of beauty. And this was the first time I had gone in a sweat lodge. Now, if you've not been in a sweat lodge or don't know of that experience, of that way of praying, it was hot. It was so hot that all I could do was lay down on the earth, lay down on the ground, like just put my head down on the ground. And there was coolness. It was cool. And in that moment, in that time of being so hot that all I could do, part of me wanted to run out because it was intense. But I didn't. I just laid down, and there on the earth, I learned something about the earth being my mother, and the earth embracing me and holding me and taking care of me and receiving me and helping me, that has stayed with me in the many, many sweat lodges I have been in. I learned that the earth is my mother. Yes, I had a very sweet, very loving, caring mother. She was a social worker. She became a social worker, not a singer. And so her work was to care for people. And when I think of hearing my mother sing, that's who I think of as laying on the earth and feeling the vibrations, the energy, the caring, the embrace, the acceptance that the Mother Earth had for me. And so I hear the call of my mother. I hear the song of my mother. I hear my mother's love song whenever I lay out on the earth. It is a wonderful gift to know that the earth is your mother, that the earth is the mother to all of us, and that she loves us all equally, equitably, without questioning and asking for proof. She loves us. Let us love the mother too. Let us love our Mother Earth. Let us not walk without offering something, recognition. Thank you for that fresh air that we breathe. Thank you for being there for us, for the trees, for the birds, for the homes of us all. Take good care of yourselves.